Hello everyone, welcome to Court with Krissy. Here are 4 court shorts you probably didn't catch, and I'm kicking it off with my favorite. And just because it's my favorite doesn't mean I'm obsessed. But apparently the cops are obsessed. I bet. But I bet you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
Mr. Pickett, you need to turn on your sound. Okay, now he's got sound. Why don't I see him?
Hello.
Oh, no. What is your name?
My legal name is Brandon Pickett, but I'm transitioning and I would like to be referred to as Cavani.
Okay. Cavani?
Yes.
Cavani Young?
Yes.
Well, you got a ticket back on the 2nd of May,
Mhm.
5:48 in the evening for failing to signal a lane change. You can admit or deny responsibility for that, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish
Okay.
to proceed? How do you wish to proceed?
I would like to admit responsibility with an explanation.
And what is the explanation, please?
So if you look at the dash cam footage, I requested it, but they told me it would be $500 for me to get it. I don't know what that was about, but I remember the day vividly. The officer in question, I guess Knas, he was I guess in a hurry, and I was basically just trying to get out of his way. So that's why I didn't lane change, because I thought he needed to get to wherever he was going.
And what stopped you from putting on your turn signal?
Because he was driving so erratically.
Oh, it's the officer's fault who's behind you for you not signaling a lane change. Well, you were very correct when you admitted responsibility with an
No, this is what I'm saying. This is the second ticket I've got from you guys. Well, this is actually not. This is the fourth or fifth. I'm always in something in this court. It's really weird. Your officers are clearly obsessed with me. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the dash cam footage, I don't have access to it. I know that you do. You will see that he turned out into traffic in the lane that was
This is the
closest
4th or 5th
to the
ticket
median.
you've gotten in Royal Oak?
Yeah, this is like actually, I have
None
an
of these
open
are.
case. I have an open case. I beat another case because an officer out of your court lied on me and said he seen me trying to break into a car, and then he said I fled in a loot. I had to beat that case. This is an ongoing thing with your officers. They are very obsessed, and it's very concerning.
I'm
But like
sure
I
they
was
can see you.
excuse me.
I'm sure they can see you after dark.
I'm sure they see me on these streams for sure, and that's the
Well,
problem. But what I
the
was saying
problem is that you were cited for making an improper, for not signaling. You
right,
admitted responsibility for that, rightly so, I
because
believe.
I
And the
did
fine
that
for
for a
that
reason.
is, well, I presume you're not going to come to court to say something that isn't true. I'm going to
You
take you
said
at your word.
no, that's what I'm saying. My last ticket, it was the same
We're only
situation, but
talking
not
about
the
this
same.
one.
Okay, but I'm saying if you look at the dash cam footage, they denied to look at the footage last time as well. If you look at it, you see what I'm talking about.
What does the footage have to do with the fact that you've admitted the fact that you changed the lane without signaling?
Because that's why I did that. He literally turned into traffic, and then when the light turned green, he swerved behind me, so I got out of his way because I thought he had somewhere to be. I didn't know where he had to be was to me, but I thought he had somewhere else to be, is what I'm saying. And you could see all of that in the foot. You guys refuse to always look at your own evidence, and I don't know.
You misapprehend. It is not a question of you guys doing a ticket. There are 3 branches of government. The police
Right.
officer is with one branch, the court is a different branch. It's
Mm-hmm.
not you guys doing things to you. Ma'am,
But
you
you're all
admitted
represented by the same.
responsibility. You rightly admitted responsibility. You can pay the ticket. It's $130. It can be paid online or by mail. whatever you prefer, or at the
This
courthouse
was
counter, whatever you
pointless. This
prefer.
was pointless.
You admitted responsibility rightly. We're done.
Thanks. That's exactly how it went on the stop. Except
Usually,
there was some
people are
foul
a little
language.
better in court than they are on this time.
Yeah, yeah. All right. That is that my only one, correct?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that is. So
That's
that'll
the one
do
I
it.
got. All right. Very good. Thank you. I hope that you have a good day.
It's got to get better.
This is a criminal trespass. Looks like it's from
Is it punishable?
Overlook Way and Cherry Valley Road. What's that?
Is it punishable just by a fine, or is it punishable by jail time?
Theoretically, you could get up to 30 days in jail and up to a $250 fine.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm not negotiating sentencing with you. I'm not going to slam you with 30 days. I mean, you pled guilty. I have no reason to believe that you didn't know what you were doing when you did make the plea with Judge Landefeld.
I got some felonies going on, so I ain't wanted to stop the felony time.
Yeah, I get that. Do you have any position on sentencing? Does the state wish to be heard? I'm assuming this got continued for Marcy's Law purposes?
And Judge Landefeld, I think he just wanted to set it before you as the presiding judge. But we have spoken with the victim. The defendant trespassed at this bracket builder's property and tried to, they said he was trying to break into some tool storage area of theirs. And they said that he's done this 3 times, along with the co-defendant who has a warrant out currently, Ryan Kane. In speaking with the representative for bracket builders, they do want the full 30 days, and considering his record and the fact that he continuously did this, we would ask for the full 30 as well.
I guess my question would be if they had proof of the fact that
didn't
he'd
do
done
it 3
it.
times.
Hold on. My immediate thoughts are that if they had video evidence of him attempting to break in, why wasn't he charged with attempted B&E?
That would be a question for the common pleas court.
Was this
Prosecution.
submitted to the county prosecutor's office?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Let me look something up real quick, Mr. Varner.
Okay. This is on YouTube?
Yeah, you're live right now. I don't think I've ever had anybody have that reaction before. Okay, so let's see. Got picked up on May the 31st, and you got OR'd on the 2nd. All right, you got bigger fish to fry here, Mr. Varner. $50 court cost, 3 days jail, 3 days time served. You have any questions?
Nope.
And you may go with the bailiff. And you can too, Mr. Dansby.
Gentlemen, walk around the front of the table, please.
Fartun Hassan?
Paul D. Weaver versus Paul G. Weaver.
Yes,
You got Mr. Paul D. Weaver, and do I have Paul G. Weaver?
he's not getting on the phone on the call for some reason.
If I don't have, actually, I don't have a proof of service either. Did you get somebody to? Did you get a
Yeah.
process server?
Yes, I did.
Who's your
I
process
paid
server?
him $40.
Hey, I don't have that in the file at all. Who's your process server?
I got the list. They give me a list of names.
Okay.
Uh,
Boy, best
hold
I can
on.
do for. I'm sorry.
Hold on, it's Johnson Walter. Walter Johnson or Johnson Walter. It must be Walter Johnson.
All I can do for today then is I can grant what we call an alias just in case he didn't get service.
Oh, he's standing right here if you would like to talk to him, sir.
Well, I gotta have the affidavit. He's right?
He's right here eating his cereal. Paul, would you want to come and talk to the judge?
Oh, Paul's with you. Paul
Yeah.
G.
Yes, he's my son.
Yeah.
You want to talk to him, Paul? He just needs to know if you were served your papers. How you doing, sir?
Hi, are you Paul G. Weaver?
Correct.
Okay, Mr. Weaver, I guess it's a little unusual having you like this too, but will you serve paperwork for today?
I'm not quite sure. That's the one where the guy tracked you down the driveway. And I have no idea what happened to that. It potentially was destroyed and then you also had some mail to you. I put the mail in your
Guys,
room.
I tell you what, I guess for both of your sakes, then
He was, sir, he was given the paperwork.
so I'm not going to do that to him either. Your process server has to file an affidavit with me. Okay. So if I don't have the affidavit, there's no service.
Can I ask, sir, what is it going to take for me to get him out of my house?
You got to get service first.
Okay, I've done
Make
that,
sure-
sir. I'm sorry.
So talk, yep. So I'm going to do is a grant, what I call an alias, but we'll adjourn it for you then. But actually, let's just adjourn it then. We'll adjourn it to next week, July 1st,
Okay, I have an operation on July 1st, sir.
9:30.
I have an operation taking place.
Okay,
on
so
July
you
1st.
okay, so you want me to adjourn how far? How long do you need for your surgery?
That's only a 1-day procedure, but then after that procedure, I have another one. I don't know what I'm not quite sure your dates.
The next one will be July 8th.
8th would be fine, sir.
So we're set for July 8th, but you got to call your process server, tell them I need an affidavit from him, okay? Okay, all right, so we'll do that, July 8th at 9:30.
Okay,
All right.
if I got a camera system that will show where he was served the papers.
I still gonna request, I gotta have the affidavit, gotta have it. Your process server should have done that, that's their obligation to do that, so make sure they get it for me, okay?
That's, if I pay the court system the money for them to do their job, I should not have to
That's
go
through your
behind them.
process, you're hiring the process server to do that, they
But-
need to get the affidavit to me,
Well,
okay?
I understand that, sir, but I'm given a list, only approved people from the
Yep.
court. And
Yep.
now I'm having to go back to make sure that these people do their jobs.
Yep, that's your responsibility and his, or her, or hers, whoever's doing it, so gotta get them to file their paperwork, okay?
Okay, sir, I just want to get him removed from my home.
I understand, and
He's a
I
drug
gotta follow the rules for everybody, so you gotta
He's a
get
dr-
the affidavit for me, okay?
He's a drug addict.
Okay, I understand, and there could be issues, but you gotta get the affidavit for me. Talk to your process server and get it in, otherwise you might have an issue with your process server too, so, okay?
On July 8th, do I use the same phone number to call?
Yep, you'll come in the same way you just did,
And at what time is this?
at 9:30.
9:30. All right, thank you
Yep.
very much. Sir.
All right, you're welcome.
Here, we're going to cause 815 Elizabeth Maria Van Egmond versus Soleil Johnson. All right, so those parties are here.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson, if you can unmute yourself and turn your camera on, please.
I did receive a message from, oops, I'm sorry, wrong case, never mind.
All right. Let's see if I can pull this one up here. 815. All right. Have you all had an opportunity to speak with each other about your case to see if you can reach a resolution?
I have given Soleil an opportunity to pay the prorated amount of rent, and I have given her the opportunity to pay the deposit for damages, and I just haven't received anything.
I've told Elizabeth that I would pay the prorated amount after I knew which specific date I'd be able to hire people to help me move out.
Okay, so hold on just a second. I get that you all talked about what you wanted from each other, but my question is, have you talked about trying to reach a resolution? If
I have
you
tried.
Okay, so my question is, do you think it would be beneficial to you, to the two of you, to go into a breakout room to try and resolve this matter? or do we need to proceed right now?
I would like to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm open to going into a breakout room.
Well, as you can imagine, Ms. Johnson, we need both of you to agree, and she's not in agreement, so we do need to go forward. All right. So if you can have the two of you raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. So, Ms. Van Egmond, if you'll go ahead and proceed.
Okay. Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Elizabeth Van Egmond, and I am the plaintiff in this eviction case regarding my property. I'm here today to move forward with the eviction process for my tenant and / roommate, Soleil Johnson, due to non-payment of rent and deposit, as well as repeated violations of our verbal agreement. Soleil has not paid the deposit and has never paid the prorated amount, and has engaged in disruptive behavior, including changing Wi-Fi passwords and playing loud music late at night. I served proper notice and followed the legal steps for this eviction, and I still have not received payment.
All right. So let me ask you this. What is the monthly rent?
$750.
Is this like a room that is being rented out?
Correct.
Like in a sublease type situation?
I live at the property as well.
Okay. That's what I mean. You're subleasing a space in the property that you have.
Correct.
Okay. When did she move in again?
She paid for rent on April 29th, and then she brought
So
boxes.
let me ask you that. At April 29th, what period did that April 29th cover?
Just the rent, and then she asked
what period did it cover? What dates?
May. Month of May.
So she paid the $750 for May. So now the issue is June. Is that correct?
Also, she asked if she could pay the deposit on the 9th, which was her payday, and I accepted that and never received it.
Okay. So you're saying basically she's violating the lease besides
Correct.
not paying the rent. Okay.
Right. And also, I gave her a 30 days to vacate on the 6th, due to violations of the verbal agreement and due to non-payment of the deposit.
So let's step back a second. You said on the 6th of what day did you give her a 30-day
Sorry,
notice?
May 6th. May 6th.
So she had just moved in, and within a week she had already violated the lease, is what you're saying?
Yes, me and my other roommate, Faith Powell, we don't want random people spending the night, especially males, because we want a safe living environment. And the first night she stayed, she brought someone and didn't ask us.
And is this a lease that you have written out?
No, but it is a oral lease, and I have I've written it out, and I have Faith Powell signed it, proving that she also heard the oral agreement.
And where's Faith Powell?
She did not. She has been traumatized by this, and so she is taking a step
So
back.
I'm not going to listen to any of that. What you're telling me about what Faith, her issues are.
Okay.
She needs to be here to testify if that's something that you all had agreed upon before her moving in. So let's go back to the lease. Did she pay the rent in June?
She paid the rent, and she paid for utility. She paid rent and utilities for May, and then she did not pay June.
Did not pay June. All right. So the amount of rent that is owed in June is $600 through today. Is that correct?
She moved out on June 6th, I believe.
So she's moved out. Why are you still going forward with this case? Did she give you the key, or, I mean, do you have possession of the property?
I do have possession of the property, but this is for damages due to the room
I mean, if you want to sue her for damages, you can sue her for damages. That's a separate lawsuit. That's not an eviction. Okay. So that's not something I'm going to consider here. The only thing I'm considering here is whether, because you're trying to get possession of the property, right?
Mhm.
And you have possession of the property, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You said she left June 6th, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what I'm going to do then is, Ms. Johnson, you have left the property, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anything that you want to say in this matter?
To keep it short and relevant, the deposit was refundable. I asked about writing up a lease. She said that
Ms. Johnson,
Yes.
did you pay a deposit?
No.
Then why are you saying it's refundable if you never paid it?
I'm saying this was something that was not brought up until after I had paid the rent. And then she said,
Okay, but again,
maybe misunderstanding your question.
it's the issue of the deposit. She's suing you for that, and I've already told her that that's not an issue for me to consider here today because this is an eviction matter. Okay? If there are damages, she can sue you for the damages. That's separate from this today. Okay? Today is only about the rent, but she has possession of the property, and you left 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. Van Egmond, that's correct. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. So I'm going to dismiss this case. Ms. Van Egmond, if you decide that you want to sue her for damages to the property or the non-payment of rent, you can do so in terms of a breach of contract. But with respect to an eviction, she's already gone. You already have possession of the property. So there's really no relief that I'm going to be able to grant you here for this particular case under these circumstances. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you both. Good luck to you.
Thank you.